Hi, thank you for tuning in. So when is a good time to invest? Why invest now? You hear that a lot. Invest now, buy now. Why is that true or not? You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. One of the first things I would answer to that question is that time is your friend if you invest early. Time is a huge premium. So that's the first reason you need to invest now as opposed to later. If you invest later, chances are your investment will cost you a little bit more because of the passage of time. Time in and of itself is a major factor to property valuation. Land today in the exact same place, in the exact same condition it was in 50 years ago, will not be valued at the same price. So that's the first reason. Basic reason is that with time, things get more expensive. So you need to buy now as opposed to later. The other reason you should invest now, specifically because we're towards the end of 2016, is because generally, and this is a cycle we've observed as Goshen Acquisitions over the last 5 years, generally speaking, every time you're crossing a threshold into a new year, there tends to be a resetting of values, whether it's economic or business revenue, and especially property values. That, of course, depends on many other factors related to that, like the political environment. We're getting into an election year. Towards August of next year, I believe, is when Kenya is voting for the next term of presidency. A lot of anxiety tends to set in around this period because we're not sure how things will go, and this is a reality for Kenya. Elections can be volatile sometimes. You look back to 2007 and 2008, where a lot of people lost their property because of what happened after the elections. People tend to get anxious. And then, of course, there's a devaluation of the Kenyan shilling against foreign currencies like the US dollar. That tends to happen every time we have an election. So it's important that you make your investments before that happens. Number one, when you cross into 2017, generally there'll be an escalation of property values, and then we'll have a devaluation of the Kenyan shilling towards the elections. So if you have $1 million shillings today to invest in land, chances are you'll get a lot more for that $1 million shillings today than you will towards August of next year, or even in February of next year, once we cross into the new year. So it's an important thing to keep in mind. Your time frames, when should you act? It's always best to act now as opposed to later. I hope that information helps. If you have any comments or questions to make, feel free to reach out to us. All our social media platforms are up, and our website at www.goshenacquisitions.com will contain a lot of information about some great investment opportunities for you to consider right away, specifically in Nanyuki. You may also visit www.grandacres.co.ke, or just simply click on the Grand Acres tab on our website at goshenacquisitions.com. You're watching Own Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.